Let me ask you this. Do you believe people honestly don't know the difference between right and wrong? Or do you believe people know what right and wrong is, but they don't know the specific reason of why that would be right or that would be wrong? I'm here to propose an idea of where morality really comes from, where right and wrong really comes from. And I would like people's opinions on it. See if anyone has a better idea or a better opinion based on this theory of mine. Now, I believe everybody knows what right and wrong is, and I believe once you hit about a certain age, let's say 13, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be a young age, we all have a general sense of what right and wrong really is. Just through life experience, people yelling at us touching the hot stove and realizing it hurts. Do unto others what I would do unto myself, or don't do unto others what I wouldn't want to be done unto me. Whatever that phrase is. All this accumulates to you understand what pain is, you understand what suffering is, therefore you understand if you put pain and suffering on other people, or if you do the opposite and bring joy to someone's life. And I think once you get to 13-ish age, you have, your parents have yelled at you enough and you've made enough mistakes to figure at least a general sense of what right and wrong is. And there's people like psychopaths. They know what right and wrong is and they choose wrong. So there's people who choose wrong. But I think what gets muddled is people choose wrong but don't want to admit the reason of why they're choosing wrong. Some people are very lonely and they just want to be part of the group. They want to be part of the mob. And some people are actually terrified of the mob. So therefore they will, join just so that the mob doesn't turn on them. Some people probably have an end game. They have this big convoluted thing to which they did this terrible thing in order for this other outcome to happen. Maybe they even soothe themselves and say, this is for the greater good. We killed the thousands, but we'll save the millions. But in the end, you know that it's wrong. Everybody knows what right and wrong is. Regardless of your reasoning of why you chose wrong, you do understand that it was the wrong choice. So here's the idea. Death is the catalyst that chooses which is right or wrong. Everything we do, every action we take, every decision we make is either going to hurt or harm ourselves or somebody else. On a from let's say 0 to 10, at anything you do, literally it could be just standing still, you're going to hurt or harm yourself or someone else on a 0 to 10. It could be like standing still, 0.00001%, on that scale. Or it could be like shooting someone in the head, which would be like 10. You just killed somebody. Pretty sure that's harming them. But no matter what you do, you're going to be somewhere in that scale. So every action you take is either going to push someone to death or pull someone from death. Now, why death? Death is the greatest unknown. We don't know what happens after death, but we do know you don't come back here. Whether it's a religion, a story, a theory, we have made up so many stories about death because we don't know anything about it, so it's such an interesting topic. But no story ever has you coming back to this exact reality, this exact instance, exactly where you left off, because then it turns into time travel or some other idea. But no one knows what happens after death. So I ask you, what if someone did? What if we all did? What if what happens after death, you have the greatest life in the world? Then would killing somebody be right or wrong? If death made your life better, then killing somebody would actually be a good thing to put onto other people. Same as if death made your life horrible. If you were sent to hell for an unbelievable amount of suffering, then death is the worst thing you could do to somebody. Therefore, you're the bad guy. But since we don't know what happens after death, we just have to understand that we are here and now, and we can't come back to here and now. Therefore, why would I push somebody out of this here and now force them out of the here now, out of the opportunities. That would be wrong, because you know you're taking the opportunity of life. Everything life has to offer, you're forcing it, taking it away. So whatever your action is, you're either taking away that opportunity or giving more opportunity to life. Because once you die, that's it. We don't know what happens to you. You won't know what happens to us. We basically get shot to a different dimension if you're conscious. So that's it. Morality is based on everyone agreeing that we don't want to be pushed out of the opportunity of life, and we shouldn't be pushing other people out of the opportunity of life. So, does anyone else have a better theory of where the sense of right and wrong really comes from?